This gentleman that's on our show certainly needs no introduction at all. He has been on our program numerous times through the years. He is, yes, a true singer, a true songwriter, okay, Grammy Award winner, top 20 R&B albums, and an NAACP Image Award and Best New Artist. We could go on and on with the accolades. Okay, that would take up half the program itself. We just want to welcome international recording star, Mr. Kenny Lattimore, back on the show. Sir, how
Thank
are you,
you.
man? So good to
Thank
see
you
you.
so much. I just want to correct one thing though. I didn't win the Grammy yet. And the reason why that's important for me to say is because I have a new song called Never Do that I'm trying to get nominated this year.
Well, we're claiming
but
the
we
Grammy
but we
already.
have been nominated, and I am a part of the Naris Grammy family, and I just
Yes.
appreciate every accolade. Is special to me because one, they do come from industry people such as yourself, and then outside of that, the fans and everybody that has loved the music for so many years has tremendously validated my career and purpose, and I'm
Yes.
grateful. I'm in a grateful space.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, so much, man, has taken place. You have to talk to us briefly, of course, about the album itself, which there's so much to talk about. Here to Stay, name of the album. It's such a beautiful, beautiful album all the way around, man. Of course,
Thank
we're
you.
speaking of love and all of that. And we've got a new addition to the family going on over there.
Yeah.
So talk to us about Here to Stay in the album and just putting that together.
Absolutely. Here to Stay was a mentoring project for me, actually. There's a
Ah,
gentleman named Trakar Madison Wesley, who's a tremendous writer and producer. And we were talking one day, and he said, "You know what? I'm looking for a way to put some of my music out." And I've never wanted to operate as a label, just never
right.
had that desire. But I said, for you, if that is something I can do to help you in this process, let me see what I can do. I made some calls, and some of the distribution companies said, "Hey, we would love to help you. We'll help you do anything, but could we have a Kenny album?" And I
Right,
was
right,
like, "Oh, um, I don't know. Let me find out how that would make him feel."
right.
Because my intent was to help him, period. And it's not that this wouldn't help him, but let me see if he sees it the same way I could possibly see it, or with his the perspective be the same. So I said,
Sure.
well, hey, what if we allow you to produce this entire album on me, and we begin an introduction to you um, through a Kenny Lattimore album? And he says, you know what? I think that sounds fine. I said, I don't know these distributors. I don't know how well our partnership is going to go either. So it's not me just taking a risk and just throwing you out there and hoping that things work out. It becomes me taking this whole journey with you. And I said, everywhere I go, I'm going to tell people about you. And
Right.
it just has been so
Wow.
tremendous. I've been honored to be a student of the new producers, the new
Yes.
generation.
Yes.
And
Oh, it's a culture shock, isn't it? It's so
it
much new
definitely has
technology.
been
Oh,
totally the new
AI and
technology.
everything, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
their approach to singing is very different from what made us
Yes.
special when I first came out. When I first came out, you had to sing and give all kind of range and power and runs and other. And now
Right.
it's vibe. It's so much more
Yes.
vibe. And there's still people doing it all, but I learned that less vibrato, you know,
Right.
uh, the
That's
lyrics
true.
need to be
Yes.
cool or how you say. So I just told him, I said, I will be your student. And I'm not too proud to do that. I understand my legacy. I'm very secure in
Oh,
the
yeah.
contribution that I've already made to the music industry. But in going into this next season, the beauty is if what you're telling me with me becoming a student becomes a reality, then we cross generations. And
That's
that is what I saw happen. My audience began to get younger, but I still was able to
right.
keep my adults with me. And
Sure.
it's amazing when I go to a show and I see all these young faces out there,
Yes.
and people who know this new music even more than they know the old music. It's amazing. It's
It
amazing.
is. It is. And Kenny, okay, the wedding staple song.
Man,
Okay, let's take it back to 1996. For you.
96. Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, what a time, man. You
Wow.
radio is still playing it. The visual is still out there to this
That's
day. We
right.
can go back to
That's
what
right.
hits like Never Too Busy. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
oh man, so much good music.
Thank you.
That you have produced years, man, and have brought to all of us. And as we know it, music is just that. The art of communicating emotions, through sound and how you feel and
Yeah.
what people may or may not be going through and just the trials and tribulations of life,
Mhm, mhm.
itself. Who are some of those that you have looked up to yourself, man, and just in your musical career? Who does Kenny listen
Wow.
to?
Oh wow. I mean, my idols, if you will, we used to call them idols back in the day when we were kids, uh, were Stevie Wonder and Shaka
Oh
Khan
yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
Aretha and Anita Baker and Luther Vandross, artists like that. And my mother, I'd have to say, was kind of prophetic because she was the one who said, one day Lattimore and Leram are going to do something. And Leram is the last name of the gentleman that actually wrote For You. I didn't write For You. One of my
Wow.
best friends to this day, he's a phenomenal human being, Kenny Lattimore,
Wow.
wrote For You for his wife. It was an authentic wedding song. It wasn't like we sat down and said, "Hey, let's make some money writing a song so we can play at weddings." It was
Right.
like, no.
Right.
He said, "Hey, Kenny, would you sing this song at my wedding?" I wrote it for Ellen, my wife, to be, and I was like, "Cool." We did the song. I remember seeing the lyrics first, and it was like a
Hmm.
fidelity, stability. I was thinking to myself, how am I going to say and sing these words? But
Sure.
he had this wonderful melody that completely tied it all together and made it make sense. We didn't know that it was going to become what it became. We knew it was a beautiful song and it was supposed to be my crossover hit, if you will.
Right.
Because back
Right.
in the day, if you were a black artist in the major labels, they would give you maybe two singles, but usually on your third single, if you made it to that third single, it was
Right. If
usually
you made it,
if you
you said
made
it.
it to the third single,
Right.
you it was like an initiation or something.
Right.
So black people, if you're black and black people like you, then we can cross you over.
Right.
That was just the way it
Very
was.
true. Yeah.
And it was a very controversial kind of thing because artists like Luther Vandross and there were artists who never really got the crossover that they uh, expected, having the success that they had with the black audience. But
Yeah.
okay, I won't veer too far into that. That's a whole different conversation
Sure.
about
Sure.
the
Sure.
way the industry operated and how it
Yeah.
operates even now. But
Right.
what we love is the fact that because it was an authentic wedding song, so many people embraced it and it became a part of their lives, and it
Yeah.
just continues to live like a force. Another thing I'm very grateful for, because if I never made any more music, I could sing For You for the rest of my life, and people enjoy it.
Right.
They
No
enjoy it.
doubt.
So the fact that I can actually have new music for new generations and for you, it's just like an extra bonus.